And welcome back to part 3 of Chapter 2X. Despite this being a bit of a slog of a chapter, at least the ending is really quick. For some reason, Leafus, the boss of this chapter, doesn't have any weapons. And I didn't say this yet, but if a unit has no weapons, then you can capture them without even dropping their HP to 0. You just walk up to them, and if your build is higher, you just pluck them up and steal all their items. Of course, enemies can do this to you too, which becomes a real big problem when it comes to clerics and healers, especially since none of them can really use weapons until they promote, and even then, they use light magic in this game instead of elemental magic like in the previous game, and light magic in this game is super rare. Seriously, aside from the one shop in literally the last 5 chapters of this game, you only get 2 lightning tomes in the entire game. And lightning is just the basic light tome. The only other light tome in this game is Resire, which is B rank, so you'll never get a light magic user's rank high enough to use it. There's really only 2 units in this game that can use Resire, and that's because they both start with a rank high enough to use it. And about enemies capturing your units, they also cheat at it. When you capture a unit, that unit's turn is basically over unless they're a mounted unit, and then they can use their canto to move a bit further. If an enemy captures, say, one of your priests or clerics, they instantly steal all their items on the same turn. And if you kill that unit, you don't get any of those back. The only way to get those staves back that they stole is to capture them. I mean, luckily that's usually easy because they're still holding in your unit, so their stats are all lowered, but come on, Thracia. I mean, I know some of you can be declared fake difficulty, but that's just blatant cheating. Oh, I forgot to de-equip Finn's javelin here, but I don't know if it really would have made much of a difference. It looks like the universe was conspiring to have that warrior hit him and have Finn miss both of his attacks anyway. It may sound like I rag on this game a lot, but that's only out of love. I really do really like this game for a lot of the unique stuff it does, most of it later in the game, and one really big one in the next 2 chapters, but I won't say anything much about that. I'm sort of running out of interesting stuff to talk about the game in general, so I'm going to fill the 2 or 3 people that actually watch my stuff on something else I've been working on that I hope to get done in the next few days or so. I have been compiling a new video, not a Let's Play video or a game-related video. It's actually a top 10 list that I want to do, and I want to do more stuff like this. It's all personal opinion stuff, but this one I'm working on is my top 10 favorite animated TV shows. Not anime, I mean Western animation. So hopefully I'll get that done and put it up, and maybe you'll enjoy it. Who knows, I might surprise you with some of my favorites. This warrior here that I finally captured ran away from me for quite a while in this chapter, so finally getting that SOB down was quite cathartic. Also, that warrior walked up to Leafus and traded with him to get a Vulnerary to heal himself. Leafus isn't holding a Vulnerary in this chapter. I checked the game data from Serenus Forest. He's not holding one. He conjured a Vulnerary out of nowhere. That was just weird. I feel like I should talk about this now, because I'm kind of running out of things to say about the chapter itself, but Leafus is holding the first of the 12 Crusader Scrolls. These scrolls are items which change a character's growth rates, similar to the Star Sphere Shards in Fire Emblem 3, or the Bands from Fire Emblem 9. In this case, Leafus has the Hazel Scroll, which increases a character's growth rate by 30%, their strength growth by 10%, but decreases their luck growth by 10%. If you do the math, each scroll increases the total of a character's growth rate by 30%. This is perhaps the only way to make people like Marty or Ronan usable. Just stack them with a bunch of scrolls and EXP grind them. I still question the validity of this tactic because creating an Uber Marty is basically just creating a less useful Uber, Othin, or Havan. In fact, there's this one LPer on LP Archive named Cake Attack who did create an Uber Marty, and he was pretty cool for the run-through, but I'm still probably never going to do it myself. I mean, it's just too much effort for a unit that was never useful to begin with, so why should I put in the effort when I can take a unit that was already useful and make them even more useful? I really don't know why I decided to kill all these pirates. It's just not worth it. They don't give me enough experience. So I'm just going to speed this next part up a bit, up until relevant stuff starts happening again. The pirates seem to have fled. Is the cleric safe? Here she is. Thank you for rescuing me. Wait, is there something on my face? Lord Leaf, have you forgotten me? It's Safie, from Tara. Safie, that girl at the monastery in Tara? Her name was Safie. I've only met you a few times, so I don't blame you for not remembering me, but I remember you, Lord Leaf. I was the one who comforted Lady Lenoan when you left Tara. Oh, right, you were Lenoan's friend. You were the bishop's daughter, right? I couldn't be her friend. Lady Lenoan is the daughter of the Duke of Tara. I am but her servant. What were you doing here? Was Lenoan doing well? Don't you know what happened in Tara, Lord Leaf? Tara was under the Empire's control after the Duke passed away, but it has been horribly corrupt. They even started the child hunting this year. Child hunting. The citizens couldn't take it, so they started a rebellion with Lady Lenoan as the new Duchess. They hired mercenaries and bribed the higher-uppers of the Empire in an effort to win their freedom. But King Bloom wouldn't allow it, and Tara was surrounded by Imperial troops. The mercenaries feared the Empire and fled, leaving only a small number of citizen warriors putting up a hopeless struggle. I have been sent by Lady Lenoan to look around Thracia for people that would fight for Tara. Tara has been in such a bad condition? The Duke of Tara hid me for 5 years before he was executed by the Empire. I will never forget my gratitude for him. I'll go to Tara. I'll save it. Let's go, Safie. Yes, Lord Leaf. Thank you. Hey, what's going to happen to me? We're turning you over to the villagers. They'll decide your fate. Hey, wait a minute. If the villagers get hold of me, I'll be killed. Come on, let me go. Please, Safie. I promised to go to Tara, right? Lord Leaf, this man isn't as evil as he seems. I know piracy is an unforgivable act, but he already realized his mistake. Please help him. Well, Safie says so. Alright, we'll see how you do for a while. Phew, looks like I'm safe for now. Now all I gotta do is slip away when I see the chance. Wait, if that kid's really the prince, then I can also turn him into the Empire for a hefty reward. Well, I guess I'll think it over. It'll be after I get Safie in my hands. And that's it for this. I'll see you guys in Chapter 3. Toodles!